Sometimes it's really hard to think of what to say in situations like this. You know, thank you doesn't really say enough. You know, I tried to record a face reveal and I have like 5 lights on in this room. Like there's one light there, there's one light there, there's one light there, it's a light there, it's a light there. Probably got flash on my phone. Like honestly, like let me not lie, because I know this is a face reveal video, but yo, like if I didn't have these lights on, you guys would be like, raw, a talking hoodie with eyes and a Boondocks book in the back. But where's the face reveal? No one want to hear this guy speak for 40 minutes. Instead of doing this, I decided to do this. Thank you guys, just thank you. I started YouTube with no idea exactly what I was doing. I was just this guy that really liked lawyer games, and I was really cynical and I spoke about them way too much. And the Boondocks was almost involved in like everything I did. And I really wanted to talk about this show, but to be specific, I wanted to talk about my own experiences and, you know, do something that I felt had more importance than, you know, talking about lawyer games. Even though I still do love them, you know. And Operation Black Steel was this idea I was playing with for about, you know, a year, and I was really scared to do it. You know, I was really scared. I was really scared to do it. And why? Think The White Shadow. I didn't think my audience was diverse enough to pull it off. Like nobody cares about black issues, especially from a gaming and anime community. I'm gonna just keep it real. I read some of the comments. Only about 5 of these niggas stayed. It's tight. But you know, a bit after the Danganronpa controversy, I kind of just got fed up and went, alright, enough. I'm doing it. And it was slow, but you know, eventually it blew up like, you know, the way I wanted it to, and I haven't really turned back. I have a vision for the future of this channel, and I'll say it now for the sake of accountability. I don't just want to be a YouTube quote-unquote content creator. You know, I want to be more. I want to write, I want to direct, I want to make things. And I'm working on them, so you know, support the Patreon if you want to know what those things are. But I know people be broke like I am, so it's kind of tight. So honestly, you know, just support the channel. Support Operation Black Steel. Support the reviews. Support Soul Minded, a series I'm working on. Because it means the world to me when you do, and it shows me that there's a market for this, and people genuinely do care about these things and issues. I'm not gonna waste too much time. Thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. Here's a special Q&A we recorded. Thank you, you know, a special shout out to the person that helped me record it. You know, stay blessed, stay inspired, stay strong. You know, if this don't work out, I'm moving to Cuba, Africa, Canada. It's been real. Take care. I'm not really good with outros, so it's kind of tight. I don't think they were loyal. I mean, I brought this up in like the Black Jesus video, but like your relationship with God is like a garden, right? And you know, it's about you both, like if you plant a seed and you don't stick with the seed or you don't water it, then you know, nothing good is gonna happen of it. I just think it's a 50-50 thing. I'm not gonna directly answer the question, but I think you can get a sense for where I stand or what my beliefs are. But I just think that, you know, we need to work equally as hard in order to get anything done, because you can't just, I'm not a believer in the idea that you can just pray and something can happen, just like I'm not a believer in the idea that man can make it on his own, because you can't. So I think it's just a matter of, you know, like a garden, it's a relationship and you both do 50-50 and everything goes okay. Yeah, that's homophobia. Obviously I'm a black guy, and when you're around a lot of black guys, there's a lot of homophobia. And you know, it's an issue with me too, and I just started thinking about it critically, and I was like, this isn't right. I mean, if I was gay and I'm not gay, like I wouldn't really like that. So it was just kind of this thing, and I also wanted to just start the series with a bang. And homophobia is such a big issue, and it's the most viewed video on the channel for a reason. And you know, there was obviously controversy surrounding that. Story of OJ, really like that song. Jay-Z's cool. What's it called? Black Jesus. Black Jesus is a really good show, and not enough people appreciate it, especially compared to the Boondocks. I feel like it explores this really interesting idea of who Jesus was as a man, as opposed to who Jesus was as a man as opposed to a divine figure. Black Identity was inspired by a bunch of people saying, you're British, you can't speak on these black issues, and I was just like, not really. And also I just wanted to talk about the whole Jasmine Dubois and her like issues with kind of embracing her natural black beauty. I guess that's the way I can word it. Representing black women is based on me meeting black women and going, wow, these are really good people. And yeah, And the white shadow is just me being really paranoid and like thinking critically about. I'm scared of, sometimes I get really worried about the way white people receive my material. So even like the homophobia video, yeah, I feel like there was a lot of white people in that comment section just like, yeah, man, the blacks are such hypocrites, man. Like these, I get some really crazy comments, and it's just, I don't want to be an enabler, I guess. And yeah, that each Operation Black Steel was inspired by something in my life, I guess. That's the best way I can word it. Yeah, I get worried that someday, I mean, Aaron Magruder said this, that guy. I have a poster of Aaron Magruder in my room. Aaron Magruder said, like, if I keep speaking publicly on these issues, eventually that's how all black leaders get killed. Like, I recently got, after I dropped the representing black women video, I got a DM from someone and she's like, oh yeah, really like the video. What motivated you to start the Black Steel movement? No nigga, I'm not trying to start a movement. Like, if somebody like goes outside and shoots a white guy and like, why'd you do it? It's like, oh, just doing it for the Black Steel movement. They're gonna show up at my door, and nah, I'm not entertaining it. So it worries me sometimes, but it's just more about like providing a perspective that you don't usually see on YouTube, which is predominantly white and video essays, what have you. Yeah. He's a cool guy. I like talking to him. I like his videos. That's it. Oh shit, right. I forgot about that. It's probably dead. I mean, no, as in, I'm being real. Like, the Ace Attorney, lawyers, all that stuff, I'm interested in it. Not interested enough to continue doing a podcast on it. If I do make another podcast, it's probably going to be more Operation Black Steely. So like, I've been working on this idea called Operation Exodus or whatever. It's a reference to the Obama episode or whatever. So it's just, yeah. I might make another podcast, and it might even be called the Mason System, but it won't be about what the old Mason System was about. Yeah. White women. Keep going. White women, yeah. I mean, it sounds bad. Okay, I guess my biggest fear is like saying something wrong and not being able to take it back, offending someone for the wrong reasons, or like I said with the Black Steel thing, FBI shows up at my door and shuts me down. That's it. I like to word it like this. I know people like to say, oh, but they've appropriated it. Everybody gets to say it now. I word it like this. Okay, there are black people, a lot of older black people that don't even like us saying nigger. So, you know, you have to ask yourself at that point, if there are black people that don't even like black people saying nigger, you know, what makes you think that it's then alright for you to say nigger, if you know what I mean? So, you know, I think we can never control what people say, and I'm not gonna stand here and be like, oh man, say this, say that, or whatever. But just be prepared to deal with the consequences of the things you say. And just because you might not have racist intent, understand why that's offensive to some people. I mean, just like, you know, think the LGBT community and all that stuff. You know, you guys, something you hear a lot in that community is respect their pronouns, respect this, respect that. Okay, so I don't see why that's any different with race. If we're gonna do that with the transgender community or the gay community or whatever, then why can't we do that with race? Just respect people, please. If it's a negative, I mean, negative is subjective. I feel like you should reject what you want to reject, but yeah, reject what you want to reject, you know. So in the episode they were talking about like stuff like eating pork, right? If you want to eat pork, eat pork. Some people really like pork, but just be mindful, you know, like that was made for slaves, ate that because they didn't have anything else to eat. Yeah, just so it's cultural, but understand where your culture comes from. Yeah, that's the way. I guess I just kind of wanted to speak on something I was passionate about. Boondocks had always been in a bunch of my videos, so like it was bound to happen eventually. So yeah, I decided to just make this series, Operation Black Steel. Operation Black Steel doesn't even mean anything. It means Black Steel means handgun, and it's a reference to a Public Enemy song. So basically, Operation Black Steel means Operation Handgun, and I ain't trying to shoot anybody. So it's really just, I don't know. It's just this series I made as an excuse to talk about racial issues from a racial lens, for a race-based lens. Nah, bro. Okay, nah, you're cancelled. I know what he's referencing. You're cancelled. Bye. I'm not entertaining it. Season 4 is interesting because everyone says Aaron wasn't involved. I'm not going to talk too much on it because the powers that be contacted me recently. They're like, you shouldn't say that. And on Operation Black Steel that I was going to release has been put on the shelf indefinitely because I don't... there's some things that are just not wise to say if you want to keep a roof over your head and stay alive. That's the best way I can word it. I really appreciate that. I decided at the age of 14 that I wanted to become a writer or do something creative. Originally, I wanted to study law, and even till this day, law is the backup plan. But then I was like, to be honest, pursue your dreams. Let's plant the seed, and let's see. Like someone once said, they threw me in the mud, but they didn't know I was a seed. So I'm just gonna stick the seed in the mud and see if it grows. And if it grows, great for me. If it doesn't grow, you know, become a lawyer and run away to Canada. There you go. I think that's subjective. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's subjective. You know, okay, I guess I should give like this brief outro thing. It really has been like a wholesome experience, you know, doing Operation Black Steel, creating the channel. I've been with it for like, let's say 4 years now. I decided 4 years ago that I wanted to tell stories and do a bunch of this cool stuff. And the direction of the channel is certainly going to change because of that. And I just hope that people are willing to stick around with me while I do it.
It's very simple.